Welcome friends to another video, and today I'm going to talk about Jacques Bogart Riviera Nights. This is a fragrance that came to the market in 2010, and this is one amazing fragrance if you ask me. If you are a lover of tonka bean, then this is a fragrance that you need to have in your collection. Let's talk about the presentation. This is the box, very interesting color choice, nothing fancy here, but we are not interested in the packaging. We're interested in the bottle and what the bottle contains. And I have to say that I honestly love the design of this bottle. It feels really premium, really nice. Nice in terms of coloring, but also how it feels in the hand when you take it up to apply the fragrance. The cap is silver with gold, and the atomizer is absolutely fabulous. One of the best atomizers that I've seen on a fragrance. Sprays a lot of juice, covering a lot of surface, but we are interested in the scent. And the scent is something specific to the house of Jacques Bogart, which manages to create only strong fragrances, monster type fragrances, monster projectors, monster performers, with some interesting notes inside this one. And although the name implies some, I don't know, summer nights, actually this is a fragrance that I see best worn during colder days, spring days, fall days, and especially winter days, mainly because of the notes, but also you can wear this fragrance when you are going to clubbing in summer nights. I don't know, you're on holiday, on vacation, on the seaside, and you go to party all night long. This is one of those fragrances, just like Jean Paul Gaultier Ultra Mal, Versace Eros, Azzaro Wanted, 1 Million from Paco Rabanne. And speaking of 1 Million, the first time that I've worn this fragrance, I had the impression that it resembles quite a lot with 1 Million Privé, a fragrance that I have in my collection. But after wearing them side by side for a couple of days and testing them, I've seen the differences between these two. The resemblance came from the tonka note inside both of these fragrances, and that is why, let's say, I had some minor issues in the first wearings with Riviera Nights. Still, as I said, if you love tonka, you need to have Riviera Nights in your collection, especially because it's a very cheap fragrance. It has some really good ingredients inside, very good notes, very interesting notes, very well balanced also. And to my nose and on my skin, this one performs better and feels better than 1 Million Privé, which I actually enjoy wearing. Speaking about the composition, let's see what notes we have inside Riviera Nights. In the top notes we get neroli, bergamot and grapefruit. In the hard notes we get nutmeg, cardamom and dried fruits. And in the base notes we have vetiver, cedar and tonka. So, interesting notes, interesting composition. But there are some things to mention right here. First and foremost, this fragrance has a very strange behavior. Depending on the moment of the day that you apply this fragrance on your skin, it's gonna smell different. For example, if I apply it in the morning or in the evening, this fragrance will smell on my skin and will give this feeling to me of fresh coffee roasted beans combined with cardamom and tonka. The dominant note feeling being that of fresh roasted beans, fresh roasted coffee beans. If you apply it in the middle of the day, in the afternoon, the scent will change. I will not get the same fresh coffee beans feeling. I will get actually a hint of neroli with some grapefruit. Very vague, but nutmeg cedar and tonka will take control of the whole fragrance. Thus, the scent changes. It sends you a woody, aromatic, warm type of feeling. It's very unique, and it's very interesting how this fragrance manages to create two different feelings when wearing it, depending on the moment of the day that you decide to apply it. It's very interesting for me. I do love the smell. No matter that it smells like fresh roasted coffee beans, or that it smells like cedar combined with nutmeg and tonka, I love the smell in both cases. Very good performance in Riviera Nights from Jacques Bogart. As with any other Jacques Bogart that I've owned in my collection, this one does not disappoint. I get 16 hours of longevity on my skin with a fantastic projection. For the first 5 to 6 hours it projects very, very powerful. Then for another 5 hours it projects moderately, and afterwards you're gonna get about 2 hours of let's say low projection. Still, it projects like crazy, it performs like crazy. This is a monster type of fragrance. It's absolutely amazing for colder days, if you want, for spring days, for fall days, for winter days. But also, as I said, I can see this being worn in hot summer nights when going to clubbing. It's an all year rounder. It's a fragrance that I would say would suit better younger crowds, but also I can see this being worn by mature crowds at formal events. It has something very appealing, very, very sexy, and at the same time very elegant to it. And honestly, I'm impressed. This is Jacques Bogart Riviera Nights, a fragrance that I highly encourage you to give it a try if you have the opportunity. If not, because it's very cheap, go ahead and just blind buy it. And honestly, I think that you're gonna enjoy it, especially if you have 1 million Privé from Paco Rabanne and you love that type of smell. Then I'm pretty much sure that you're gonna love what Riviera Nights has to offer you. See you in the next video, guys. Until then, as always, be safe, be good, peace.